And that pretty cute Stella, and that's my pretty boy Remy, showing out like a family on the bed. The three of us. Right, Remy? And he passed out. So, she was hiding in the closet all day yesterday. I lost her. Like, I literally went in the closet and, like, moved stuff around and was looking for her and then banged on stuff because I was just trying, I didn't know where she was. And then all of a sudden, she, she's got all the whole day she was in the closet. I don't know why. Remy I got yesterday. He's cool. He's about 4 months or 4 to 5 months, and still has a year. So I mean, two different time frames or periods. Stella came from my neighbor's mom. She couldn't keep him anymore, but his son used to have him or have her. But she's skittish. It took a while. She's a year old, so it's hard to read. But I guess it's really hard to just basically drop a bomb like, "Oh, you're not living here anymore. You're living at the new place." She gave me all the litter box. She gave me the carrier, some litter, food, everything she had for her. And then Remy, I just got yesterday. He was dropped off by. He was abused, and my friend's daughters rescued him, but she already had 6 cats, so she couldn't really have him anymore. So that's how Remy came about. So they're here with us, and they're cool. They haven't even fought yet. Remy was making some weird noise earlier, but they didn't fight or anything like that. There was no meaning to break up their fights or anything. But I'm glad that Stella's cool enough now with me to just chill and lay on me. I had Stella for a couple weeks now. Remy just today, so it's like we've been getting acclimated to each other, and then boom, I throw another cat in the picture, and she's like, "What the fuck?" But she was cool when she came out last night. Finally, they didn't they didn't bite. Like I said, and so like she just crawled up and stuff. She likes to have her space, but she likes my closet, and I don't like them in my closet because I don't want them to scratch up my clothes or ruin anything that I got in there. So I gotta figure out how to barricade the closet closed because my closet doors are not anything fancy. She can just slip right through the bottom, so can he. So I don't want to be yelling at him like, "Hey, I'm scaring him." So I'm trying to figure out how I can see. Like there she goes right now. Stella, stay out of there. Don't go in there, Stella. Don't go in there. You stay in there all day and you don't come out and you don't have any playtime. Come on. I made him a bed. Like those are the 2 beds I made. Well, the red one is not really a bed, but the other one's the bed. Remy was laying in it earlier, so hasn't really climbed up in it yet, but I think she'll fit. But yeah, I'm just trying to get wonder. Maybe I need to do some research about cats because I know nothing about cats really. I had Zelda for a little while at Burr Boulevard, and I just didn't know how to live with cats or had never had a cat, so I didn't know what she would do or what was normal or what not. So now I'm like, I have a little experience, and so I'm just trying to make sure I don't make Stella any more skittish than she already is, because I don't know what um, my neighbor's. I think it was his son's boyfriend or something like that. What was that? It's not. It might have kicked her, or might have been abusing her. I'm not sure. And so he speculated on that. So and then Remy we know was being abused, and so he But he's cool. He came in and just chilled, just laying down with me. Really simple, really easy. But yeah. So um, but now I have But I think my friend told me like they were looking at me. He had fleas, so it's probably got him out too. So I got to figure out how to get flea collar or flea treatment. Or they say I can just comb them off of them, but I can't see that well. So it's like my eyesight. I'm not gonna see what another person would see on them. So I got to take them to the vet probably. That's gonna cost some money. Or I can try to give, I know I can probably give Remy a bath and see how he reacts. And maybe give Stella a bath, maybe take them both into the bathroom with me and just get in the tub and see if they even like want to try to dare to get in to the warm water. Or I could do what I did with Zelda and I could take my bin and make a jacuzzi kind of where I'm like, I bathed Zelda. Well, I bathed her ever since I got her, since she was a kitty. Like when I first got her, the first thing I did was take her in the shower with me because they don't have to be afraid of water. This is all, so I mean, naturally, but like they can get used to it and enjoy it. Like, cause all the second when I did the jacuzzi with her, she was like looking weird, and then she'd lean her hat back and lay her hat back all into the water, and then come back up. And so I was like, and then she's like, Stella, get out of the closet, honey. Stella, come out of there. Stella Bella, come out. Come here, Stella. Good girl. See? It's like when I call her out of there, she knows she's not supposed to be in there because she comes out and she always darts for the door. So I'm like, I just don't want her to fuck anything up or fuck herself up somehow. Remy's been in there once, but yesterday Stella was in there all day and I didn't know. I even went in there and moved my shit around on the left side and like was looking on the right side, couldn't see her, but I didn't have the strength to move the desk that I got in there right now. So it was like shit, and I thought she had gotten out somehow. Stay out of there, Stella. Stella Bella, come out, Stella. See, good girl, good girl. Stay out of there. Come here, baby. Come up here. Come on, Stella Bella, kitty kitty Stella. It's Stella Rose and Remy Martin. Stella Rose and Remy Martin. Right, Stella? Where are you, baby? Did you try the bed yet? Stay out of the closet, honey. No, I know you like that shelf up there. I gotta get him a cat tree. One of those big ones, like 6 feet tall or 7 feet tall, where they can climb. She's a climber. He's a climber too. So I mean, I gotta get that. I'm gonna try Temu because I think I saw them there. The big ones were like normally $80 or were like $20 on Temu. So I'm gonna try and probably get from there once I figure out how to get some money, um, and stuff like that. Um, Stella, don't go in there. Stay out of the closet. Stay out of the closet, Stella. Stella Bella, missing the bed action. Come here, come here. Hi, Stella. Stella Bella, pretty, pretty kitty. The pretty, pretty Princess Stella. And Prince Remy Martin. It's Princess Stella Rose and Prince Remy Martin. Um, these are my two children, but I don't know, they're cool. They just have, I think they both have had a little bit of a rough life for their first beginning, so I'm trying to give them that. Welcome to the good life. But they gotta get used to me. Stella's cool. She's used to me now. She comes up to me now finally. When I first got her, she was very, very skittish. Like she always ran. I picked her up one time, and she ended up. I don't know if I picked her up wrong or if she just got scared because it was the first time I was picking her up after about a week. I was like, "Come here," and she ran into the bathroom, so I ran in behind her. She jumps on the windowsill, and I was like, "Okay," so I grabbed her off the windowsill, and she was fine. Stella, stay out of there. Come out, Stella. Stella. Like I don't want to raise my voice because she's already skittish, and I don't want to be like, Stella, come out. Stella Bella, get out of the closet, Stella. Stella, come on, baby. Stella, pretty princess Stella. Yes, she's in there, and if she gets back into her spot, I don't even know where her spot is in there that I couldn't find her. It's got to be somewhere on by the desks that I have in there, and maybe like in between the drawers or something that I said he couldn't pull the desk out yesterday, but I was like in there tapping on it, trying to see if she was in there. And when she didn't make any noise and didn't move at all, so I didn't think she was in there. I was like, where did she go? I was freaking out for a moment inside. I kept my cool, but I was freaking out. And then my friend ran me by, and then I figured she would come out, but she didn't come out till later in the evening. Like it was like really late in the evening. Stella, come out of there. You on the top shelf again? She's on the top shelf. um, I guess I could leave it open, but I gotta figure. I just don't like them being on my clothes. I mean, most of them are dirty right now, so I'm probably stressed out about nothing. I just don't like them in the closet because I don't like them having. It's like a hiding place. It's not really like a play place, you know. I mean, and if they do happen to like get on a nice shirt and scratch it up or something, the cats have nails, they have claws, so I mean, it's well, the other day she clawed me and bit me for the first time and the only time because I picked her up. It was probably my fault. I picked her up wrong, or it was just too soon. She didn't bite me too hard, like you can see. I still got the marks from her claws, and I think I put her in the flash. Where is it? There they are. Can't see. She got me. It wasn't a hard bite. I didn't even drop her. Like when she bit me, I just took it and she clawed on me and like gripped on. And I was like, oh man. So, but that was quick. It was not really painful. Just a little. She had no malicious in. It wasn't like she was trying to. She was just scared and it was new. I was new, and it was the first time I was really picking her up. So and but that's it. I'm no biggie. I'm fine. You know. But like I said, now that my friend told me they have fleas, or Remy had fleas, which means now Stella has fleas. I didn't know that when he got here he had fleas, but he was in a bando, I think, in an abandoned. He had this guy living with this guy in a bando, I think, and the guy was like kicking him and doing some mean shit to him, and my friend's daughter saw him and rescued him and took him from that guy because that was like, yeah. So I don't know. I just gotta maybe see how much flea collars are for cats. I gotta get them both collars too. I used to have one. I used to have two, but from Zelda. But now I gotta buy it. But I mean, it's cool. I'm cool with it. I can miss a meal for my cats. I'm that. Um, gives them some stuff so they feel safe and warm and welcome and comfortable and like family. The cool thing is they haven't fought. Like my friend told me they would probably fight. Like I'd probably have to break up their fights a couple times until they get like used to each other. But then nope, no fighting. They play, but they haven't like clawed at each other and like made like any kind of crazy fighting noises. So, but it's gonna be fun getting to know these two and watching them grow. Um, I mean, my place isn't huge, but it's got enough space for them to run around. I brought their toys into my room, instead of the living room, because the living room doesn't really have much room to play. My bedroom, now that I got it clean, this is that is nothing on the floor but the pompous chair and the beanbag chair over here, and the mini cooler that I put a tablecloth over and use as a nightstand for right now. So, but then me and just my queen bed, and it's like, and there are litter boxes in here. It doesn't smell. It doesn't smell like any as bad as like Zelda as a midnight to burr. Like I'm like, whoa. Like I clean it every day, every morning, basically every time I think that it needs something taken out of it. Like even if they go in there once, and I'm like, I don't do much, so I mean, why not keep their fucking litter box clean with them? I don't need them shitting up and piling up and then starting to smell. So if I see them go into the litter box, I usually make sure I get it within the hour or within the day, and keep it clean for them. I still have more litter left, but those would be some new expenses. But like I said, I'm not fine with missing a meal for my cats. Um, Missing 2 meals if I have to. They're my they give me purpose, I guess. And I can just so they keep me alive and sane. But that's it. Well, I don't know if I'll ever be completely sane because who wants to be completely sane anyways? God, I think I'm a little crazy, right? To live in this world, or live in the world I live in. The shit that I've been going through. I don't know what happened. My friend last night took my phone and fucked with it for like no reason. I have no idea. She, I've never lied to her, and I've always told her that like what's going on or what I think, and because she asked me that, and if she asked me to do something I can't do, I tell her, no, I don't do that kind of shit. I don't do it. I don't get upset with her. I was a little upset last night because I trusted her, and even though I was warned she's gonna fuck with my phone, I was like, no, she's not, But I let her have it for like 30 minutes, and then I get back, and it's like my friends and a couple of them are all put under one contact and her pictures on it. I'm like, what did you do? I don't even fucking know what she did exactly, but she created some group chat too. And I'm like, well, fuck this. Like, I know you did shit because this shit is changed, but I don't know how to change it back. And you're not telling me that you think just delete it or just do this. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because if I do that, I'm going to lose these numbers. And I got to figure out how to, so I had to figure out how to resave contacts because, I mean, I know how to save a contact. That's easy, but it's like how she did it. Like now my fucking, it says the number. And even though I have it under, um, the name that I need it to have now, it still doesn't show it up. Like on text messages, normally it would show up the name. I don't know what she did, and I was asking her last night. She wasn't forthcoming with telling me what she did. She was just saying, "I didn't do anything. I didn't." I'm like, it's obviously your picture is now on these people's names, like, and shit switched around, and like I didn't get it, so. I didn't get mad. I didn't get mad at all, really. I was just like, this is what I see why somebody else would get upset with you if you did this to them. And I'm like, I didn't do anything to deserve this. I never tried to hold any kind of anything over your head. And she's always helped me out, like with food when I'm short on food. Like even yesterday, they bought beverages before they got here, and like some Kool-Aid, some milk, which I needed because I had cereal and no milk. I have this whole big bag of Golden Grams that's gonna probably get me through the end of the month, hopefully, because I still got some other food too. But I just needed beverages because all I had was um, the faucet, and I couldn't use it. And I got to make cornbread today, or my honey jalapeno cornbread, Jiffy honey jalapeno cornbread, so fucking good. I got so many compliments from my two other friends that tried it that I made it the other time. Um, so I made that, but yeah, she kind of like it made me sad, really, because I gotta go. I got an incoming call, so but I can call this person back. I don't know what that is. Made me sad because I trusted her. Like I was like, no, even though I was warned that she was gonna fuck with my phone, I was like, no, she's not. She doesn't. She's cool, like and I don't know why she did it or what possessed her to do it or thought she had the right to do it. I know she thought. I guess she thought like my friend Kevin was her boyfriend Kevin, and she fucked with his contact and then fucked with my friend who gave me Remy, my friend Robin, who I don't know. I don't think they know her. I never, you know, but they grew up in Flint. I didn't, so they might know her. But I was like, you guys don't know her, like, but yeah, it's really crazy because I don't know if she sent them text messages or I don't know what she did, but she fucked with shit. So it means I can't put it past her now. But I told her I'd given her this is her one chance. I was like, this is like a 74-11. You know, your record with me is expunged. Don't do this again. Like even if you want to use my phone again, I will let you. But it's like if you fuck with my phone again, then we're gonna have problems. Like for real. Like I don't want you to be like that or not trust me. I told her if you want to know something, you don't have to try to monitor me. I don't know if she put me on some kind of monitor, if she's able to like see my phone or something, or sharing it with somebody else and have people watching what I do on my phone, which I don't give a fuck. They can watch all they want. What are they going to check? I gave you my phone. Why? Because I have nothing to fucking hide. I put everything on Facebook usually, and that we all saw my last Facebook got disabled. But I don't fucking hide, and I don't have anything to hide. So yeah, you can use my phone, but the fact that it's like I'm trusting you, and you just kind of like threw that out the window. I'm like, damn, that's what you really think, or that's what like you don't. I thought we were cool. But we should be cool. But I did like rant on this group chat she had because I was like, now I'm gonna go not off, but I'm gonna tell you like this is not cool. You had because she had no right to do that. Like I don't even know how to change the shit back that she did. So I don't know if she like and if she sent text messages to the couple friends that did get changed or if she took somebody else off that I didn't know or something. So I'm like I hate it because it gives me this why we were fine that we never had any problem. Um, I don't know what happened. It's just like I don't know, her boyfriend pissed her off or something, and then she took it out on my phone. I don't know why. I'm like I know she thinks that we hang out or something like that. I've only hung out with him with her, and it's only been like 4 or 5 times I think. So I mean, and we were chilling there, and I'm like, okay, here's that because he says she wants to see his phone, but he won't let her, and then so I was like, she's like, can I get to see your phone? I'm like, yeah, sure, here you go. But I didn't know that she was going to do these things, so I'm like, huh. Well, that's a sad result. I was totally thinking we were cool, or thinking that you trusted me, and that we have no issues, but I guess I either said something wrong or did something wrong or made her believe that and I even told her like the truth about what I thought about her boyfriend. I think he's fucking cute. I like white boys. Shit. I'm like, fuck. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not gonna do anything, obviously. But I was like trying to ask me to do some stuff, and I was like, no, I can't do that. I don't do that. I don't do dishonest things. Like she wanted me because she has a issue with trusting him with cheating. I don't. He says he's never cheated on her. I don't know where it's coming from, but I pretty much believe the guy. I mean, I have no reason not to. And until I see like video evidence, you can't fucking like assume that it's happening. Like even if you don't somebody's telling you this and that, then it's like you can't do that. It's gonna fucking ruin your relationship, make you sad and toxic. You know, you have to take that chance when you're in a relationship. If your fucking boyfriend ends up being an asshole and cheats on you, and you can either choose to forgive him or move on. And it's like, and if he's gonna keep cheating on you, then that's an issue that you have. Like, yeah, maybe, you know, like, I mean, everybody makes mistakes sometimes, but I mean, infidelity in a relationship, I don't ever have any experience with. I've only had one relationship in my whole life, and that was in eighth grade with my ex girlfriend Christina. And since then, I have not had a significant other. And I mean, she was like, yeah, but and so I don't know. I'm like not one to offer relationship advice because I have no experience really with it being in a relationship, but I just know what I would do if I was. And I mean, cheating isn't one of them, and lying isn't one of them either. Um, so I'm looking for a man. I gotta get my teeth fixed. That's probably why I can't get it. I'm ugly as shit right now. Not to mention all diseased and fucked up in the head. So yeah, I'm pretty much put me out to pasture, right? I'm only 39, but put me out to pasture. I got fucking mental illness. I got physical illnesses that compromise my fucking strength and my um uh mental state. And it's hard to fucking deal with these things, but for some reason people think, you know, schizophrenic or bipolar with depression is like, oh, like something else or weird. I'm like, no, it fucking sucks, dude. You know how hard it is for me to have to ignore all the shit that's going on in my head because I know that I'm hearing what I hear in my head. And if I can't see you in the room, or if you're, I mean, I have good ears. I've always had good ears, singing, music, always been able to hear well. But now it's like I hear too much. It's like, so I can't go by what I hear in my head or what I hear if somebody's not around. Like if I can't see them. Like last time when I heard one of the first one that was big was when I heard for the first time. I heard my old, well, not even old. I still would love to see him because I need to ask him some questions. But old FWB of mine, friend with benefits, who I ended up falling for. I heard him. I heard his voice and say "I love you," and it was like that was the first day I really was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like he's not in the room. I'm not wasn't thinking about him, and all of a sudden I hear his voice just say "I love you," and my chest went like literally like blew up, and I would grab my chest, and my other friend was like, "What'd you hear?" I was like, I couldn't answer because I was like, he's not here, so there's no way I could hear that. Like it was fucked up. So, but then it got progressively, you know, worse, I guess. But I haven't let it. Everybody, nobody really. If I don't tell them my diagnosis, people don't really seem to think that I suffer from that. Um, because you know, I'm able to. I chalk it up to God, but no, and myself, or as myself, as John Anthony Achigan, as Jah. I chalk it up to God. Like, but why? Because I'm fucked up. I have a delusional mind. I literally. Oh, not to mention the solar retinopathy, so I can't see that well. Great, especially for little detailed shit. I have solar retinopathy, MAD SAM, multiple acquired demyelinating sensory and motor neuropathy. I have schizoaffective bipolar with depression. I have AIDS. I have what else is wrong with me? Oh man, what something else is there's something I'm forgetting. It sucks. So I mean, what am I gonna do? Nobody's gonna want me. I'm fucking yeah. Put me out to pasture. I'm used. I'm damaged goods. return to sender, return to store, get your refund back with money, But that's basically how I feel, and I'm fucking depressed, and I haven't been with anyone physically in like one part of me is like 3.5 years, and another part of me is like it's been under that, but not, you know. Anyway, but and then fucking as far as having friends, I moved to a new city and can't make friends, and I guess everybody or people like to fuck with people in Flint. I don't know why. Like I don't fuck with people, like especially people who have mental illnesses or um, something's going on, or like are super high or something on drugs. Like I can be sometimes, but I'm not belligerent or not, hurting people or not like out of it completely. I'm just like happy usually, and I don't know. Some people like to fuck with other people because they think they can, or they think it's funny, or they have some kind of weird manipulative sense of, or get off from the satisfaction of somebody else's misery or pain or suffering. That's fucking disgusting. Well, not me. I get it. Like if they've really fucking wronged you, and you finally got revenge on them. Yeah, but then that to me doesn't. That would be a tainted victory. I wouldn't. It's just low enough for me to want to accept revenge. Not accept revenge, but to actually physically take it and do something to ruin someone's life. It's like two wrongs don't make a right. It doesn't make you, you know, really feel better. In the end, it might make you for a moment satisfy you with some pleasure of something. Like now you're feeling like I'm already. I didn't need to feel what you felt or feel it any worse than I already do. But thanks for making my parade just the rain keep pouring. But yeah, I don't have many friends. This is just sad that she did this because I was like I looked at her as somebody who's never screwed with me or fucked me over, tried to have any kind of animosity toward me or grudge between us. So she said something sometimes, but she wasn't talking to me. She was like the way she acted in my presence, and she was embarrassed or sad about it or was worried about what I think. But I'm like, I'm a very understanding person. I mean, I've gotten fucked up and done some crazy fucking shit that shit that I would go to jail for and shit that I wouldn't. But it's like I don't. I basically it's already. I don't want to say it's already forgiven, like, because then that'll be like people. Oh, if I'm already forgiven, I'm just gonna do it to them anyway to see if you can do it or not. And they try to challenge your forgiveness. Why would you try to challenge that? I don't have time. Like, listen to all those diagnoses and stuff I just rolled off, and those were just the tip of the iceberg. There's more wrong with me. I already know. But the hospital, even the hospital doesn't tell me all this stuff. When I went there this last time, um, I had some procedure done and I got no results from it. They didn't tell me any results from it. And I was like, what the fuck? And didn't get it. They fucked around with me too because then I had to have surgery because I got an abscess in my arm from shooting up, and while I was at the hospital, I guess, or it just got worse, and so I had to have surgery and get that removed. But like that day, like it was taking forever. I hadn't eaten in 2 days, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? Why aren't you getting me off this clear liquid diet? I'm like, oh, I have to go to surgery, so I can't eat. I'm like, what? It didn't make sense, but they told me, oh, they'd have my food waiting for me and stuff when I get back from surgery. What do I want to order so they can make sure that they have it so that I get it right away? Because I was like literally like pissed off and like hungry as fuck. Like I'm like, why the fuck can I eat? You know. But anyways, when I got out of that surgery, they took me to a completely different part of the hospital. I didn't go back to the floor that I was on, and none of the stuff that they said that they were going to do for me happened. So I was a little upset with Hurley. Um, for promising me that stuff. And it's like, I was literally in the room. I had to call a nurse in, or the nurse manager in, and be like, what is going on? Like, is um why is this people acting like this, or why are my nurses not coming to see when I press the button, or telling there? It's just really weird. But hey, it is what it is. So I mean, they did a good job. At the next room, that it just was really pissed off to be promised, like, you haven't eaten 2.5 days and you're going in surgery, and or been on the clear diet for 2.5 days. So all you had is like chicken broth or beef broth, and you're going on to surgery, and you get out of surgery and you're told that you're going to have a full on regular normal meal, that you put the order in. They ask you for your order beforehand so that it's ready for you, and then you just go to a completely different hospital and it's all a fucking lie. And you're sitting in this other room waiting for food, and it's already past the kitchen closing time, so you can't get any real food. You got to get the little TV dinner or sandwich that they make, which is real food, but it's not like, you know, get something from room service, or from, yeah. Um, so, but I mean, it is what it is. I just try to keep going and stay happy. I was supposed to follow up and like go to this, and I was pissed off because I guess my insurance got canceled. I need somebody to help me with that, because I got to find out if I have insurance or not. I think I tried Select Quote. I'm not sure if I did it right. So I really need someone to help me. If anybody has time to go over that, when I called them and talked to them, I couldn't understand why my Medicare got canceled, and why did the hospital not say anything. Like, I went to the hospital, they didn't say anything about my insurance. And then I go to pick up the prescription for my AIDS medicine, and I can't even get it. So I just said, fuck it, I just will keep not taking it. Why, who cares? Nobody wants me. So, I mean, I'm not having sex with anyone. I'm not, sharing needles with anyone or anything like that. So, and it's like, I'm not trying to cut back on that anyway. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm like ready to die. But, you know, it's like, damn, I don't have time for the drama. It's like, I literally have episodes where I smack myself for no reason. Well, not for no reason. Like the other day, I was trying to put up this little Christmas tree this guy gave me on the table, and I couldn't get what I wanted to use for a stand to work, and it's fast enough. So eventually, I got frustrated, and I just uh, started smacking myself, and I smacked myself out of the chair, and I'm on the floor smacking myself across the face like I'm an idiot, because I am an idiot. I mean, it's what I do, I guess. I know when you don't really know if anyone really cares or not, but or if everybody just thinks you're full of shit and a drug user. So, well, I guess that's true. Full of shit and a drug user. What does it mean? Oh, wait, no, I'm an addict. I gotta be an addict. It's not just a drug user. I can't use drugs like everyone else just uses drugs. I'm an addict. I'm like, fuck the fuck off. You don't know why. I mean, my drugs that I use, the two drugs that I choose to use, which are um, methamphetamine and marijuana. Of course, the crystal methamphetamine and marijuana is the two drugs that I use. Methamphetamine is actually a drug that can be legally prescribed by a doctor or psychiatrist to treat the symptoms of ADHD. Oh yeah, I forgot my ADHD. ADHD that can be used for that. It's used in obesity, and it's been used for that. I mean, I was on Ritalin from third grade to ninth grade. I was on Adderall later in life, and it's like, and they wonder why I have like an affinity for methamphetamine, because it fucking works. But when I tell my doctor, oh, I tried this, and then he takes me off my Adderall cold turkey. So I'm like, what the, wait, I just got promoted at my job at OnStar. When that happened, that fucking sucked. I was like, all of a sudden now, oh wait, now I don't get my Adderall. Now I have to buy crystal meth instead of getting, the amphetamine salts from the Adderall, because they're the same family, just methamphetamine versus amphetamine salts, you know. But Then I wasn't using like crazy, but I, had the effects and was trying to make it work, but I was falling asleep at work and I ended up losing my job. When if they wouldn't have took me off Adderall, I wouldn't have been doing that. But they're like worried or something. I'm like, well, you know that the drug that I use, crystal methamphetamine can be legally prescribed by a doctor or psychiatrist to treat the symptoms of ADHD and obesity, but they're too fucking afraid or too scared to do it, or they're too paid off, and they don't want to give somebody a stimulant because I don't know why, because it's highly addictive. If you're prescribing me a prescription to take every day as needed for my diagnosis that I've been diagnosed since third grade, haven't magically grown out of it or cured, because it doesn't for me. And it fucking sucks. Every day as needed. Who the fuck cares if it's addictive? If I'm supposed to take it every day as needed. If I was addicted to my AIDS medication and my AIDS medication was addicting, nobody would be mad at that. That's fucking bullshit. I can legally get prescribed methamphetamine from a doctor. It's called Desoxone. And it takes about 5 milligrams for like 30 milligrams of Adderall or amphetamine salts. Like 5 milligrams of methamphetamine would do as a 30 milligram pill would do. So, I mean, what's the fucking difference? Every day as needed. Doctors can legally prescribe it for you, but they're too scared, or they just want to fuck with people, or they just think it's too addictive or highly addictive. I'm like, fuck the fuck off. So now I go get and I have to get on the street because it's the right drug for what I need. Not to mention, it also gives you the energy boost, the focus factor, the the euphoric feeling, because it's like, well, it makes me in a better mood. Like, and everybody does drugs to be in a better mood. Even if you got a headache, you take an aspirin or Tylenol or something to put you in a better mood without pain. And but with all my other diagnoses, the neuropathies, the weaknesses from muscle atrophy I had from my neuropathies, the schizoaffective bipolar, which everybody's like, oh, that's like I don't know, or psychosis. Psychosis. I'm like, fuck the fuck off, psychosis. What's my psychosis, or what's my delusion? What's my tell me. Tell me, do you listen to me? Do you care? You don't even care. You just like, label it and believe what the people put on the fucking internet about what this drug can do or how bad it is, instead of the good that it can do for somebody, and more than just one person, somebody. Instead, like literally, they took me cold turkey off my amphetamine salts, my Adderall, for just mentioning crystal meth at the doctor's office. Cold turkey. So now I lose the medication that's working that I got promoted at my job on while I was on, and now I have to go get the one that I just happened to try again and hold my doctor honestly about, and I have to get off the street and pay more money when my Adderall prescription I was covered under my insurance. So I'm like, thanks for like making my life a little bit harder, and you expect me to just like cut off Adderall cold turkey when I've been on it for a year and not have any kind of reverse effects, or like Tim, any medication you do that cut off after being a year, you're gonna have some kind of like, I don't want to say withdrawal syndrome, but some kind of this change. So I mean that's bullshit. And then fucking marijuana is legal in Michigan. Excuse me. It's legal here in Michigan. I mean, there's other people I know who I don't give a fuck what drugs I do anymore. You know how miserable I am? Why am I miserable? Because it ain't nobody's fault but mine, right? Exactly. It's all my fault. So I'm going to go be miserable because I have somehow managed to self sabotage my entire existence or and life, and because I'm like wasn't always on it, right? There was time before, but it's obviously nothing really changed. Since never really been the most popular person, But I always had some friends, but then all my friends leave me because, oh, why? Because I read the Bible. And it fucking, that's what gave me a fucking delusion. And God will grant you a strong delusion so he may believe what's false. Well, you know what? I believe what's false to be false until it's proven true to my face. That's what I believe. So I'm getting a little angry right now because it's fucking killing me. Like, literally, just fucking kill me. Put me to death. And I did this shit with my friend last night. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and the shit that happened to me in Kalyle and the shit that happened to me on Burr Boulevard with my other roommates. Like, they literally, like, one of the guys that I started talking to again that probably wouldn't have, but he's going through hard times right now and has no place to stay and it's winter time. So I was like, yes, you can come and chill with me for the night in my apartment. I'll open my house up to you because I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be on the street and it's cold out, you know. But damn it, like, and but he's changed a little bit. He's gotten a little bit more humble. And that's nice. I mean, I'm not proud of him. Well, proud of him for that. You know, it's just like, yeah, he said some things to me, and I was like, okay, cool. And it's, at least you know you're right, heading in the right direction as far as that goes. But I'm like, really seriously, like this, my delusion, and then the solar retinopathy and staring at the sun and shit. When I did that, I was fucking completely sober for like 3 weeks, completely sober. Why the fuck would I do that? The only thing I can think is about my brother told me like about sun gazing and what that is, but you're supposed to do it early in the morning, you know. And I'm pretty sure he said that, or late at night when the sun's rays aren't so harmful to your eyes. Why the fuck would I go out in April 23rd and stare at the fucking sun at 11:30 in the fucking morning when the sun's damn near the most brightest in the sky? The highest in the sky can be. I'm just go stare at the sun, but for like a minute, 2 minutes, or whatever it was. I don't know how long it was, but it was long enough to do permanent damage. And then, you know, there, my brother, you know, what are you doing? And always asked me because, you know, after I ran up and down the fucking street screaming out I'm a hermaphrodite for no reason, and asking my neighbors across the street, like, if they know about the 12 steps, and tying my dog up on the street sign across the street, and then running down the subdivision, like, for the sidewalk for God knows what reason. And then all of a sudden the cops show up because somebody called the cops for some reason. Because I'm screaming, but it's like they're trying to calm me down. I can't get them to understand me. They can't. I can't really. So I get frustrated, and I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I turn and my fist hits the police car window and spiders. And I was like, "Whoa!" Like, shocked back to reality for a second. I didn't know I could do that. Like, I don't know. That's, first of all, it's way out of my character. So I'm like, what the fuck did I just do that? Get on the ground, get on the ground. Okay, I'm getting on the ground. That's illegal. I know it just damaged police property. Didn't know it was gonna fucking spider the window, but I guess my one friend tells me that they're made to do that. And I was like, oh, I thought police car windows were like bulletproof, but I guess they're made to just collapse or spider easily. I don't know, but so I get on the ground and back up at the sun staring again. And what do I say to my brother who asked me what I'm doing? And I'm like, oh, they're locking up the Messiah. And he laughs and says, you're not the Messiah. And I was like, well, yeah. Well, maybe not your Messiah, but God's Messiah. Possibly. I mean, there is another who judges, that is John. That's what your Savior said. He can go fuck himself. Because, yeah, I don't inherit the kingdom of heaven because actually, I've been practicing homosexuality for a while. I am homosexual, but I haven't been practicing. Um, But yeah, who knows? I fit the bill. I fit the script. I ain't never had sex with a woman either. So I mean, technically, yeah, and that's what my whole schizophrenic or delusion is based on, is from the fucking Bible. So thanks, Jesus, because it's the New Testament Bible too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are shepherds smoking or blowing waterless clouds, sleeping under fruitless trees. If that's not a reference to methamphetamine and marijuana, I don't fucking know what is. Because they call, when you smoke it, oh, you're blowing clouds, waterless clouds, sleeping under fruitless trees. Oh, marijuana, fruitless trees. And why would you sleep under, like, yeah, right. It doesn't matter. It's either here or there. Nobody's ever going to believe it. Nobody's ever going to happen. But if it so happens that I'm the one who has to preside over final judgment for humanity, for humankind, you guys are so fucking lucky. Because I'm like, vengeance is mine. Initially, I'm John Anthony Achigan are my initials, so I say initially I'm Jah, which is this shortened version or abbreviated version of the first name of God, Yahweh. And ultimately, my name, John Anthony Achigan, as far as I know him from the internet, but I'm told my last name means God is gracious, or Yah is gracious, priceless one and praiseworthy, Son of the Cross. So how do I live up to that name? How do you read the Bible and it influences your addiction, quote unquote addiction, gives you a fucking delusional thinking mind in your head. You try to explain to everybody what's going on, but no, it's not. It's you're fucking lying, or you're like you're so stupid. That's not what it means. How the fuck do you know that's not what it means? When you look at the Bible and you read the Bible, if you read the Bible like I do, I don't fucking worry about parables or metaphors or that shit. I go by the dictionary definition of the word. If I don't fucking know the word or I don't know how to interpret it, I go by what the fucking dictionary definition is, because it says do not rely on your own whatever, or own interpretation or own thinking or whatever it says when you read the Bible. So what do you do? So I go with the communal census of what this fucking word means by the dictionary. And that's how I define it. That's what I go by. Why? Because it's fucking plain and simple. That's what it means. And if it's not, it means this, and you're making, well, I'm not, this is what I'm making. This is what the dictionary that everybody uses and goes by the definitions of these words, what they mean. That's what I go by. I know my story and situation just so happens to fit into the story and situation. Like there's a blank rune. I read tarot and runes, and I've read them for a while, over 10 years now. The blank rune, when I first got my first rune app, Galaxy Runes on my phone, there are 24 ancient runes. There was a 25th one, blank, added in the year 1985, the year I was born, and it's entitled The Weird, which is spelled WYRD. And the definition or the meaning of it was all things known and unknown, fate and destiny, the manipulative powers that are out of your control, or something like that. That's what it means. WYRD, the weird, is about the weird sisters, or in Norse mythology, there's the Norns. They do the fate and destiny, and that's great. But in Old English, you know what WYRD is pronounced in Old English? It's pronounced word. So literally, I got a white stone with a new name. And that's the only thing about Revelations I'm going to say, because that rest of that stuff is happening too. Like, what the fuck? So I don't know if it's a thing, but I put it out on Facebook. I'm like, is this possible? Like, was this a possible life that God might have had planned for me? Like the best life that, or not, or the one that's needed? And then you find out, the on my zodiac, technically, I'm triple Leo in Western and Vedic astrology. I am 3 lions. In Chinese astrology, I'm an ox. I got the face of a man. I am a man, so I better. And then my name is John, plus I'm also an American Eagle. So I can literally say I'm an lion, ox, man, and eagle by way of the universe and my birth and life and stuff. Born in, when I look at the other blank rune from the other book that I got when I got a real set, what is it called? The blank rune or the weird rune? It calls it the blank rune, and it's Norse mythology. So it says it's um, the unknowable, the divine, the All Father Odin. This is because Norse mythology. That's what it says the blank rune is. And it reads on it. But again, it was first pronounced when I saw that blank white stone on my Android screen. You know, it was WYRD. And when I looked it up for the very first time, it said it was added in the year 1985, which is my birth year, to the other 24 ancient ones. Who I like to say 24 ancient ones in white. Like, Isa, Jesus, ISA, Isa, withdraw, standstill, ice. Yeah, that's why it's called Isaac, Isaac, Isaiah, Isaiah. Yeah. But nobody believes me because, why? Because I'm the fucking Antichrist, I guess, right? Because why? He wasn't anointed properly. It had to be anointed twice. So obviously it wasn't done correctly either time. But if you want to go by what was it really, what that means, then look it up. Because I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just tired and getting pissed off thinking about all this bullshit that's happened to me. But at least, thank God, strangely enough, I go and I finally get back to my own apartment after years. Once I fucked off the first one more, because I was, this is my first apartment. I was just, crazy and wanted to party and have fun. And I was like, oh, cool. I finally got out now. So I fucked it off. And this one I'm not going to. I so happen to be reading tarot at a fucking diner around the corner that's walking distance at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Meet this man who I give a reading, and we end up getting kicked out because he wanted to try to give me money, and he asked the waitress if they do cash back, so she thinks I'm charging now, or was charging him, and trying to make money with their spots. So she ends up kicking us out because he kind of got in a little spat with her. But then he does take me to the ATM and gives me 20, and then takes me home, and he sits here, and I read some more for him, throws me another 20, and tells me like he's got a couch and shit. And I was like, okay, cool. Next thing I know, next day, late or in the afternoon, he comes by with a fucking trailer full of furniture and dumps it all off of me for free. Everything that this man brought me, his name is Evan, by the way. Everything that Evan brought me, by the way, I used and have used. I had some appliances. He brought me a little griddle, a blender, um, pompous chair, bench, ottoman, monitor, speakers, kind of like a Roku thing for the monitor, but I don't know if I might have threw away the remote thinking it was my old remote for something I had, but I can go buy a replacement, I guess, and use that on that screen. What else did he give me? Oh, Christmas decorations. He gave me a bunch of Christmas lights that they didn't work. They probably blew a fuse, but I broke them all and I got the glass. We're going to try to make a stained glass window or some kind of stained glass something for somebody. I have this piece of plastic, clear plastic but I got to get a clear adhesive but it's just, yeah, so I had that going. He gave me like boxes for storage and other shelves. He gave just everything that you would need, like everything to make this comfortable, like this apartment is, and fill it. I only had my table, my bed, and like a few other appliances or some dishes and stuff, and my clothes. That's really all I had. Everything else in this apartment, he has, or and the carpet, my grandma's old dining or what the fuck, living room set, like 3 tables. But I need to restain those because those are looking beat up. But I need to get some wood stain. That reminds me. But everything this man brought me, I used. I have a 3 fixture lamp that I fucking love. He's got all LED bulbs, so it's like I'm not running up the electric bill, and that's the only thing I have to pay here. I don't have to pay for water. Thank the Lord on that one, because God knows I can take a 24-hour shower. You know, um, but what else is like? And then it's like I literally almost fainted when this man pulled up, and had a fucking trailer out there full of furniture that I could just have. everything I could choose if I wanted it or not. Gives me a red leather couch. It's fucking beautiful, you know. Because I mean, it's not brand new, obviously, but none of this stuff is brand new. But all of it is usable and in good condition, and I'm so grateful for that. And because I had just gone through a shitty time, 2 months in Clio, where I just basically was lied to and either set up, or I don't want to say I was set up, but it seems like it because my roommate's the one who hooked me up with this guy, the one that wanted me evicted. So who I put on blast, not by name, but put on blast on Facebook by the situation that we were in, because that's what I would do. I just tell about the situation. I don't say names, but I'm like, hey, this happened. But because I use my old Facebook as a document. It's just documenting my, like, a diary, really, like an open diary of my the good, bad, and ugly. Take or what you want. But I was completely honest on that diary. I've definitely had probably posts that just make no sense. I know I have posts that make no sense, but they, at the time, it made sense to me. So I was like, I could always go back, and when those memories used to pop up, I could bear witness to myself about what I was doing or what I posted, and I don't have to remember them. They just pop up. I think that Facebook is great, right? But I don't know how this man, or this through the tarot, because that's what why I went to the diner, and why I met this man, because I was reading tarot, and I get hooked up. There's a Jewish man too who asked me, they will eventually ask me, do you need Jesus, or says, do you know Jesus? I was like, Chewy. I call him Chewy Christ because in Hispanic or Mexican culture, when their son is named Jesus, he's often called Chewy, is what I found out. Or at least my next door neighbor when I was in California, or across the way, they called Chewy, and I later found his name was Jesus. So I was like, oh. So I call him Chewy. So that's Chewy Christ to me, is what I say. Because why? Eat of my flesh, drink of my blood. So I'm going to call you Chewy Christ. And then there's a whole, my name, God's gracious, priceless one, and praiseworthy Son of the cross. When that always makes me think about, woman, this is your son now. Behold your mother. So technically, who is he talking to? He's talking to John, the beloved disciple, and his mother Mary. So technically, if Jesus is the Father and the Son, or God, right? It's the Son of God, begotten Son of God. Oh, I'm the chosen by the begotten God, Son of God. And John, the son of, I think it was his blood side, but he's the son of thunder. And him and his brother James, Jesus called them sons of thunder. And then later on the cross, Jesus makes him a son of Holy Mother Mary, his mother. So maybe not begotten, but be chosen, or be beget, beloved, right? Disciple, right? Yeah. Apostle love, or whatever. It's my fucking name. My name. Just fucking shoot me in the fucking head. Why do you think I fucking burned the Bible? Because this shit happens, and you try to figure out whether it's really happening to you or whether it's real or not. And you see Jesus is not the Christ. Why? Because you find out that Christ doesn't mean Son of God. Christ means anointed one. But he was not anointed in a traditional Jewish rite, which is why he was, so wrong in how he went about, explaining what he was trying to do. He didn't honor the traditions, and he tries to change them. And it was, that's why he got, a lot of people didn't like him. And for so long, he was my Lord and Savior, but then, you know what? I have solar retinopathy now. I'm getting possessed by some entity not of this world, or of this world, or some human being, or some kind of dark psychology manipulative mind trick that gets me to think I need to say something. Why the fuck would I stare at the sun until my fucking retinas are permanently damaged? I've never done it before. I just wake up one day and I'm like, oh, I can see the sun, read Revelations and this shit. This shit happened to me in my fucking real life, and I'm still in my fucking real life. not in another dimension, not in some other world. This all happened in this very same world. It's all on record. It all was recorded by me on Facebook. Nobody seems to care. Why? Because everybody's fucking scared and stupid, and nobody actually cares about the Bible anyway. Why? Because, oh, I don't know. They all pray. I hate it. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Well, fuck you. Get the fuck away from me. I don't know. Just damnation for one, please. Please. Well, I'm not. Be careful what you ask for. You know. Well, I'm the judge, right? Like, why do I do it? Because I might send someone else to damnation. So do unto others as you have done unto yourself, which doesn't mean do unto others. It's do until you've had it done to yourself. So you do unto others until someone does it unto you, and then you realize, oh shit, that's what I. Oh yeah, empathy's a fucking bitch. Um, Jeez, I mean, what? At least I tried to make it funny, right? I made another funny. Right? Fuck off, Christianity. No, you're not forgiven. Why? Because I'm not. And I believe he is my Lord and Savior, and I fucking lose my retinas permanent damage, or have permanent damage to my retinas. All because of reading the Bible or Revelations and oh, that resident. So you read it wrong, or you try to make this, or you say this, and you say that. I'm like, well, fuck, anybody can say it. Anybody can say it. But that makes you this. I'm like, you guys are fucking lying. You're lying through your fucking teeth, Christianity. Get it together. Or just get the fuck on and burn it like I did. I don't even worship anymore. Except on my own terms when I sing to Yahweh. Or sing as Yahweh. Because, hey, get in Uno. If there are no rules, it's Uno rules. Get in where you fit in. Same number, same color, same abbreviated name. I have the same abbreviated name as the first name of God. With my full first, middle, and surname. Initially speaking, I'm Jah. That's true. I used to say it when I was a kid, before I even knew what the father's name was, or before I even knew who Yahweh was. I would say, I'm Jah, because that was my initials. I was like, just call me Jah. But nobody, it didn't really, I was a little kid. Or, yeah, like probably, I don't know, maybe around 9 or 10 or maybe less than that. But yeah, and then ultimately, John Anthony Ochigan, my birth given name in Hebrew, Italian, and Armenian. Yah is gracious, priceless, and praiseworthy, son of the cross. I have the fucking Hashem to do it. Woman, this is your son now. Behold your mother, son of the cross. So vengeance is mine. And it's my choice whether I choose to reap and have that vengeance or not. Because that is who the Antichrist king of the world, right? Who the Jewish Messiah, who's not a Jew, right? No, actually, every Christian is Jew, but not every Jew is Christian. But people don't tend to think that. Everything, you're Jews, Jews. I'm like, you guys follow both the Old Testament and the New Testament. You know your Savior is a rabbi, right? Not a priest. He is a rabbi. Rabbi means teacher. Is a Jew? Yeah, right. Yeah. So there you go. Sojourner of who? Right. Well, okay. I'm just venting. I'm just getting this all off my chest because I'm gonna post this and nobody's gonna watch it anyway. So, and then what else now? Oh yeah, the servants of Jehovah. Well, I'm my own servant. Really, I don't have nobody here serving me. Yeah, everybody serves somebody. Well, and then it's to serve others. It's to serve Jesus. Way to fucking take anybody's willing. Like, why would I want to serve anyone? I don't want to serve him. You want a fresh one, chew? turn the other one. I'll give you a fresh one too. I mean, don't ever let anybody smack you twice unless you want them to. I'm telling you, but I did find out what that means or how to. As much as I say it, it's like when you're raised a certain way, you can't get rid of the values that fundamentally speaking. So it's like God, but like even my new neighbor when I moved into this place, we were having not really a disagreement, but we were saying some things, and we kind of got into a little heated discussion. Ended up getting in my chest and smacks me across the chin, just like that. Not hard, not really hard. What did I do? I stood there and looked at him, and then he finally left my apartment. But do I still talk to him? He's like my one of my good friends now, my only friend. He's my next door neighbor, and hey, I call him like Mr. Rogers. I'm like, won't you be my neighbor? Love your neighbor like you as you love yourself, right? So I didn't retaliate, but I didn't let him smack me twice either. So turn the other cheek, and you know what turning the other cheek can do? Turning the other cheek can get you looked upon as what weak, looked upon as what useless, and need to just killed or enslaved, or yeah, all right, or yeah. It all depends on which way you want to take your metaphor or parable, whatever. Paranormally annoyed, right? Um, and then there's a whole so that's spiritual, and then this is the Son of Man, God's Messiah. So yeah, is who presides over final judgment for humankind. We all know that the judge is the one that presides over this ceremony, the hearing, right? So another who judges is named John, according to Chu, but don't believe his testimony because his is greater. I'm like, yeah, greater. How can you're right? It's like if my testimony, if my this is all true, what I'm saying, and it happened to me, and I'm speaking. That's what I said. If somebody says you're going to be a liar or you're a liar, all you have to do is tell the truth, and don't be afraid to tell the truth. Speak the truth. Say the truth. Say the truth. Just try it. It's very liberating. And then you find out who's really your friends, and who's not. And because when you start out just asking questions like, what does this mean? Why does this happen? What is going on? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel that that's not bread and wine? Why do I feel it's crystal methamphetamine and blood of gay man? I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous, right? It's crazy notion. That's no wafer. Why do you think it doesn't taste like that? That's just a little meth for you. Get you slowly taking a little meth every Sunday, every communion for you. Get you open up your mind to, I don't know, whatever it does. But hey, I took a communion one time in my life in California because I went to church with, I think his name was Keith Thorndike. He's this cute boy. I work with at Starbucks. He's blue eyes, blonde hair, white guy. I love my yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was the first time I ever took it, and the only time I ever took it at church. But then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, okay. Boom, for some reason this drug has a religious content or a religious tie to it for some reason. I'm like, it's fucking commune means sharing thoughts and feelings. And I mean, yes, you can share thoughts and feelings as you're eating and drinking bread and wine, but that's not thoughts and feelings. Sorry, if you really want to know. I'm sharing my thoughts and feelings with you right now, honestly and truthfully, about what I really feel and what I've really experienced over again because my old Facebook got disabled. So I have to recap why I'm so fucked up, why I burned the Bible. Why? Because it's just a fucking book. They have millions in print. And you know what? And they're not all the same. They all have a different interpretation. The humanity or the church or whoever decides that they are the authority and takes the book out and takes books out of the book and what goes into the book and what goes out of the book. Those are the ones that are the most fucked up. Why? Because, oh yeah, they're the head of the church. The head of the church were the most, um, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the head of the fucking church in Christianity, the Catholic Church, you know? And that's what happens on most occasions. And you know what I'm talking about because that's what it's all about, right? All about that's what's happening. And that there's a representation of the entire fucking religion. And it needs to go. Because we know that's not right. And that's why we have different sets. But you know what? We all use the fucking same book. And you know what? It's, and why? Oh, because we all don't like each other. We hate each other. It's an abomination. And that's just within its own religion. Now, there are those who, do try to live by that, do good, do that, but everybody makes mistakes. Usually everybody gets pissed off at some point and talks off, because that's what Satan does. Wrath, anger, rage, that's devil, right? Why? Because he's trying to get you fucking pissed off. Because anger or rage, even though when channeled into positive motivational um, activities or constructions, once it starts to cause violence or destruction, it then becomes a problem and is one of the weakest emotions we can turn to. And for have anger overcome you and not keep your cool is the challenge because that's the devil. He makes you angry. He makes you angry with your friends. He says he makes you angry and you say things that you don't mean or you lose things that are precious to you over trivial shit. Over shit that once it gets down to it doesn't really matter. That's the devil. That's Satan. So yeah, turn the other cheek. Keep your cool. No, don't let them smack you twice unless you want them to. But turning the other cheek, you know what? I'm gonna turn my ass cheeks and I'm gonna walk away from you. Why? Because I don't give a fucking damn if you think I'm less of a man, you think I'm a pussy. I don't want to fight. I don't like hurting people. I don't like being hurt myself. Now, if it's for sporting like boxing or something like that, that's different. That's a sport. And yes, we as human beings do have a side of us that needs competition or needs to challenge each other and needs to find out who the best is as far as definitely brute strength and brawn. But then we also have the side mentally to that side too. We have to find out who the best is. Why? Because we have to. Because that's what we do. Because the best is the best is the best. For what reason? Because it's all fucking fucked over anyways. Because why it's based on mostly based on that fucking book that does it. For what? Oh, it lets you be forgiven for fucking doing heinous things. And but oh, you just have to confess and repent. Yeah, oh yeah. It doesn't matter how many times you confess. You can repent, fuck up, and do it again, and then confess again, and then repent again. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no consequence except getting over your own ego or pride to go to the priest and confess. Who I don't even know if they you're fair. I'm like, fuck you. You know I'm not forgiving this. Shit's horrible. So there's things that, and the whole thing about sexuality and everything, and that homo, the homophobia of the Bible. And now, oh, we can't condone homosexual marriage in the church because it's a sin. No, it's not. It's not a sin. It's my God given fucking free will choice. I'm aesthetically pleased by him, not her. I don't want her either. Because why I don't like the way she acts is I get along with him better. So I'd rather have him. And yes, I can pleasure myself or pleasure him better than probably someone else can. Because, you know, he's not looking for her either. And oh, but that makes us sinful. Don't inherit the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because we love each other and we're not afraid. We're real men. We're not afraid to step up and say, hey, this is fucking bullshit. This is why. We're not afraid to tell the truth. We're not afraid to be who we are, who God made us to be, who we are born to be, with a person of fucking free will to choose not to have to resort to the animalistic instincts of procreation and choose by the soul of another person. But oh, you know, inherit the kingdom of heaven, and we're diseased. It's homosexuality is a disease. And like, fuck you. Christianity is a disease. Which ones killed more people? Have homosexual men killed more people, or have righteous religious men trying to think they're doing the right thing killed more people? So I'm sorry, I'm not. And if I happen to be that one who presides over the final judgment for humankind, because my name fits the bill and it could be a possibility, you better leave it all on the fucking table. Don't leave out a damn word. Don't leave out a damn thing you did wrong. Don't leave out a damn thing you've done right. Put it all out there. So if you leave one thing out, you're going to hell. But that's why I say you guys are fucking lucky. Like I'm prepping you. But hey, I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm insane. I'm the Antichrist. Right. And not just one of the many other Antichrists. I'm the Antichrist. Why? Because Chewie made me. By what? By putting the fucking words in the book. So what? Oh, he's the son of the devil. He says the false prophet, the son of the devil, the Antichrist. Sure, I'll play the role. Why? I'll play that role because God needs someone to play it. Because if you think Revelations is not true, and it's just schizophrenic delusion, like I always hear in my head, or people say that, or they don't understand it. If you think it's not true, then you're doubting. And oh, the testimony of John, is that the testimony of John, Revelations? That do not believe it. So do not believe something in the Word of God. The whole Bible is supposed to be the Word of God. The whole Bible, every book, every gospel, everything. You can't take one out and say, "Oh, it's not," or "Oh, it's untrue. It's not real. It's just this." Because if you are, then you're calling God a liar. But as I do have said in my past, Christianity, Satanism, or just Satan. Like, oh, so you can do whatever you want, and Satan, no. And like you can look at it with Job. Everybody says, why would God let Satan do? God's a real bad, but he would let Satan do this. And why would he let him do that? Because Job, Satan challenged that. Satan actually made a wager with God. So don't ever say God's not a bad man. You know. So and he said, just don't kill him. Why I put him in your care. And that's the person, that's the way Satan cares for someone, of his own free will, not of God's instruction. The only thing Satan couldn't do is kill Job. Every sickness, every ailment, every pain that Job felt, Satan inflicted on Job because that's how much he dislikes human beings and hates humanity. Not because God wanted to or lets him do it, because God gives us free will, not Satan. So I will leave you with this. You guys, I'm done with this rant. Um, I think I basically brought myself up to speed with all the latest Facebook. So um, if you're tired of religion, because I'm not just going to take out Christianity, I'm taking out all religion. It's all an abomination. Come to Lipogen. That's where I am at. Or you can add adaptation to your religion, a Lipogen Christian or Lipogen Jew or whatever. Which I mean is like Lipogen, it means fucking love humanity, is what the verse said. Baila the way, believe in love and love one another. Um, and why? Because hey, I have it. It's called the Zabian. It's the Zabian of Lipogen. It's not physical yet. It exists. I'm a one man congregation right now. Because I'm the only one who ever believes in my Zabian of Lipogen. But Zabian is a word I chose. It's not a church. It's not a temple. It's not a mosque. It's not a synagogue. It's a, a spiritual structure, I guess you want to say that. Or yes, we are. I'm. You can practice whatever spiritual path you want to explore or find without any kind of animosity. We don't worship as in at the structure. We worship, if you want to worship God or whoever you want to worship, you worship them in your own private time, at your own home or some other place. But what we do, we're Sabian means new home and light. The Sabian of lipogen. Why did I pick lipogen? I don't know. I just said because it's like light. It's lipogen. Yes, these are parameters or instructions before leaving it, or they're all suggestions of how you can live your life. You are free to choose. Well, in this country, I mean, obviously, if you can freely break the fucking law. You can do it, but you're breaking the law, and you're born beforehand. So it's like not saying you can't do it. It's just saying that if you do this, there's consequence. So but we have laws for a reason because we do try. We are good people, right? Right? Except those those authority holding priests and pope. That's the authority. Somebody who's had those accusations over and over again for how many millennia or years or whatever, and that's still the fucking authority as far as I'm concerned. And this is coming from God, as far as I'm concerned. They're not even a fucking set. They mean nothing. Yeah, they might do a lot for charities, but that's not the people that are actually preaching the word, usually. I mean, there's some good ones, but that's going to happen over and over again throughout and that hasn't been stopped, then there's obviously it's not working. You have one of the most heinous crimes that you can do done by the most highest authority of spiritual or religion in Christianity. How the fuck does that make sense? And the fact that nobody speaks on it or nobody challenges, they bring up accusations that some probably do challenge it, but people are afraid to fucking tell the truth about that, that means the religion is not working. If you're supposed to be forgiven, oh, forgiven, yeah, really? Why? Well, forgive me if you're wrong. And you know what's worse is that you put so much focus on this. Oh, and if you do this, you're a disgrace. That people will lie and say that about other people to save their own reputation. So I'm sorry, but I'm not Christian anymore. I celebrate Christmas. Why? Because it's your holiday. It's what you believe, what you celebrate, and I don't have, I'm not completely disrespectful. I might be a little bit. So, but at Life Virgin, we don't limit ourselves to just one religious holiday or one set of religious holidays. We learn about them all. We celebrate them all or choose to celebrate them with the people that we meet who celebrate that. Because why? Because having faith in something greater than yourself is a good thing, spiritually speaking. It can get you through hard times, it can get you through low times, it can stop you from making the bad decision to take your own life. It can stop from you from, making bad decisions. But just having that entity to pull on for strength, even if it's, I don't want to say even if it's false, but even if it's just for the sake of, persevering. Shit gets low, shit gets real. Shit is real here. Holy shit is real. So in Life Virgin, we don't worship. We believe. We have so much faith. Probably more than not. But like I'd like to say, um, there's many churches, and they're called the House of God. The Zabian is in house. Zabian means new home and light. We praise, we pray, we encourage others to believe in the true meaning of what it was supposed to be. But again, do not believe the testimony of John, because Jesus is greater, or his is greater. Well, I'm sorry. A greater truth doesn't trump truth. And if that's the truth, tell you not to believe somebody who's telling the truth about their experiences and what they feel, or how they interpret something, or what means simply, plain and simply telling you. That's the truth. Tell you not to believe truth. Right? So call me the untruth, the love, and the a way. There you go. To counteract God brother, right? Because there's the begotten Son, and then there's the God Son. I'm sorry, woman, this is your mother now. Which, behold, or woman, this is your son now. Behold your mother. My response would be, okay, now that you just said that, don't you ever speak to mom like that again. I don't care if you think you're God or not. You have a little bit more respect, and show respect for your mother and the woman who brought you into this world. And yeah, and if anybody can be called a motherfucker, that'd be what a motherfucker he is, right? Well, I'm not a motherfucker. I'm a father fucker. So you got a motherfucker and a fatherfucker. You got which one you want, what side of the river. It's not even doesn't matter. River's not real. Why? Because you're not. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, baptism by water is supposed to be symbolic, right? It's up to him, right? She's the one that this guy opens up and says, "This is my son, with whom I am well pleased." Who's he talking to? Because other people just heard thunder, and yeah. So, and why is it symbolic? Oh, it's supposed to help prepare you to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Well, let it be so now. Even though one asks to be baptized, or so it said that he needs to be by you, Chu, by him. Let it be so now that blah 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 blah. Fuck off. And I'm not saying it's not completely entirely wrong to put yourself first before other people. And I mean that in a sense of, let's say everybody's hungry and you get up to that thing first and you don't turn around to or offer it to the next person behind you first. That does not make you a bad person. You eat your nourishment wisely because you know you're the good person and the right person who can turn around and nourish others after he's nourished. Doesn't take more than he needs, but doesn't sit there and not not include himself and know that he's the most responsible or most person that can handle this. So yes, you can put yourself first, but it's all on a situational basis, dude. Sometimes you know what? Everybody says it's women and children first. No, that's wrong. It's one man and then women and children. And if you don't believe that, then you don't fucking believe Genesis. So, and we'll end with if you're tired of same old religious war, you can come to a little bit of, I'd say more like the peace of life, peace of mind, peace, Prince of Peace in Mind and Lipogen. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about what I studied. The righteous right hand is, I will raise up my righteous right hand. Yeah, yeah. Well, Jesus also said he's supposed to be a priest in the order of Melchizedek, right? But he's if you take the Hail Holy Queen song, Mother of Mercy and of Love, right? But right, exactly. Thank you. Um, Angels of peace stand on the left hand side of God. Angels of mercy are on the right. Angels of punishment in front. And there's also that fact, oh yeah, John's mother asked Jesus to have one sit at his right and one sit at his left hand. And he's like, you asked me to do it. Like, obviously that would put one of them in between God and Jesus. So which one's closer? But that's neither here nor there. So since I'm gonna go now, because nobody's gonna believe this anyways, but I'm saying it. Why? Because it needs to be said for my sanity. Because my life is fucked. I don't even get to have sex anymore, right? Well, why? Because supposedly I've never been having it at all. Because it's right. Never had sex with a woman. But anyways, if you're tired or you want to try it, you want to come help other people find their spiritual way, because obviously religion is never going to be gone, right? Completely. I mean, just like the weird. Um, Surely I am coming soon. Amen to that. Have you ever tried reading Revelations in reverse, by the way? It still makes sense if you read it right. I'm going to do that one day. That's going to be fun. I did it the other day. I actually have the book. I have the book itself. I can do it for you right now. I might have to create another post later. I'm not going to do it right now. But I'm going to read Revelations in reverse from the back, from the end to the beginning. It literally almost makes sense. Like, it's a very, very. You have to word it right. You have to speak in the. You have to know the rhythm to speak in it, or how to speak it right. But it literally, like, I did it, and I was like, holy, like, wow. Surely I am coming soon. Soon coming am I surely. And we'll end with that. Hallelujah. By the way.